Points weren't a part of the agenda during the debut appearance for the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship at Florida's Volusia Speedway Park and the Dirt Car Nationals. However, Jake Swanson made it a point to demonstrate that his blazing run to the finish line the previous season was still hot to the touch to start the new year in 2023.
Good start for Swanson down the inside. 21AZ is going to hunker around the hub onto the back straightaway and try to lead the charge down into turn number 3. Meanwhile, sweeping out wide for Chase Stockin into 5S car. Top 2 pulled away from the 3-car battle back behind. Emerson Axum goes from the top to the bottom into 47 BC. He was looking for a lane down there. Nothing to be found, though. Tīmēs and the 20 cars kind of got it stopped up on the low side. So we'll hammer around the cushion there for a few of them. Tīmēs slips up off the bottom. Not quite a slide job, more of a drive job as he'll fall back into P3 on the field. And here comes the challenge out of Brady Bacon. The Macho Man down on the inside in the 98 car. Trying to bring some heat onto the front chute. Got her jacked all sideways. A little wafting of moisture off that right rear tire. We call that a non-wing vapor trail. And here comes Baloo after the 98 car. Brady Bacon's under attack. Baloo out across the racing surface. Bacon's got to let him sweep on through. And Robert moves into the number 3 spot. 5 podium finishes and 7 starts to end the season. And he has put a whooping on him here tonight. Just needs a couple more corners for the 21AZ cars. He'll head down the back straightaway. His final voyage velocity. Ease is into turn number 3 and onto the throttle he comes. Boy, he slowed up a lot into that corner. I thought it was going away on him. Checkered flag comes out, though, and he's going to pick up the win.
15 months ago, 𝑷𝒍�𝒚𝒊𝒈 lay in a hospital bed facing an uncertain future after a violent crash during a midget race that left him with a severe spinal cord injury. 15 months later, Pursley had overcome the personal setbacks, the physical pain, the strenuous daily rehab regimen, and a full laundry list of obstacles in pursuit of his greatest triumph yet on his journey.
C.J. Leary back behind the 15X, still scoring that 3rd spot, but he's being closed upon by Jake Swanson, and the action's going to come late in the game on this one. Once again to 47 BC, right back up to Pursley. Pursley slips out in the middle of the racetrack. Back to the point goes Emerson Axum. Into P1 for the 47 BC. Pursley follows him down the back chute into 3. He'll run her deep into that corner. Trying to catch the cushion onto the front chute. Getting back around the outside. Not just yet, but he's so close. Hammers it into the cushion. Turn number 1 and 2 down on the inside. Emerson Axum is he a sitting duck in that 47 BC car. That 2-car breakaway from P3 back behind. Slip of the grip for the 47 BC. Opened himself up to attack. Pursley couldn't capitalize. Charges down into the corner. Working that high side for Pursley. He'll look wide. Challenge for your race lead out. Turn number 2. Doesn't have it just yet. Emerson Axum tries to slide up to the high side. Here goes Pursley around the cushion. Onto the front chute. We have a new race leader. Yes, we do. Skidder straight into the number 1 spot. And they'll run it deep into turn number 3. No lap traffic lies ahead. And 𝑷𝒍�𝒚𝒊𝒈 Pursley, the rookie runner, looking to pick up a win his 2nd night out for the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Cars here at Volusia Speedway Park. Here he comes, race fans. You know his story. And he is in victory lane on only his 2nd night with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series. 𝑷𝒍💂💚 Pursley picks up the win.
1 lap into Winter Dirt Games, Brady Bacon's evening was seemingly finished just about as soon as it had begun. But at the end of 30 laps, he'd found himself greeted in victory lane by one of the all-time greats, Jack Hewitt, whom Bacon had surpassed to move to 3rd on the series' all-time career win list with win number 47.
Green flag comes out. We're going to hammer them down into turn number 1 and 2. 3 wide back in the field and onto the back straightaway we go. Up front, down into the corner comes that 15X. Going to lead him around here for lap number 1. C.J. Leary out on the point. Emerson Axum working the number 2 spot. Back behind Brady Bacon out of a 3 wide stair step formation. Meeting the sandwich is Thomas Mesra on the number 20 car. As we are still doubled up back through the field. Bacon on the attack for the number 3 spot. Comes out, look out, into the front bumper. Bacon's around. Oh, Bacon got onto the binders. I'm almost positive he stalled the 69 car and then got a nudge that fired him off, and we got 2 cars left behind. Jaden Rogers is down here, along with Jake Swanson in the 21AZ. Green flag set to fly. CJ's race to start. He'll bring him past the NOS Energy Drink starting can. We're back underway. Hustle down in the corner, looking wide for Kyle Cummins. 3R car stepped her up onto the top shelf in a big way down into turn number 1. I thought he was going to be able to drive back around. He instead comes to call on Matt Westfall in the 33M car. As Emerson Axum shoots a little wide, opens himself up to attack. Bacon slides through. He picks off the 20-car Temez. Emerson Axum just went into attack mode. Back in the number 2 spot, and he is closed on C.J. Leary. Watch this at turn number 1 and 2. To the top shelf, around the outside. New race leader, Emerson Axum, goes on to the point. Oh, he is locked up in that bad boy. Hammered around this slot track. C.J. Leary within a car length out of turn number 2 and down the back chute. Keep an eye on him. It's going to get tight quarters down into turn number 3. Leary drops the nose. He'll look to the inside. Axum caught out one. Leary can't quite get there that time. Emerson dodges down low. Leary can ride the rim. He'll get a run on Axum. Here comes Brady Bacon as well. Top 3 together out turn number 2. Bacon with the game plan. The Macho Man starting to flex his muscle back in the P3 spot. Looks to the inside. Jake Swanson still lies ahead of your race leader. Bacon looking for a twofer. Does he got him? He's got C.J. Leary. He'll move into second on the field. C.J. shuffled out wide. Emerson Axum deep down into the corner with Bacon now working that P2 spot onto the front chute. Swanson trying desperately to keep himself on the lead lap. Now single digits remain. 9 laps to go that time by. Emerson Axum's got to go. He's got to get somewhere. Bacon just waiting for a mistake or traffic and get him set up for a pass for the race lead. As they continue to work around the racetrack. C.J. Leary's lost his grip on it. There goes Bacon. Got him. Slide job. Axum gives up the number 1 spot. Back to second for the 47 BC. Now he'll go to work. Try to get back around the 69 car. Saw it happen in Volusia. He had to pass Dason personally multiple times. Personally had to get the race lead back. Axum's now got to go into the same game plan. As he works out at turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. The Macho Man, Brady Bacon, the 69 car. After that misadventure initially at the start of this race, has the race lead, and now Axum rockets to the outside. Here comes the 47 BC to the inside. Drag race out of 2. Bacon hangs on for now. The caution flag comes out. Green flag is up. The NOS Energy Drink starting can. We're back underway. Emerson Axum instantly back to the high side of the racetrack. 47 BC car's got a good drive, looking to the outside. Good dig off the bottom. Axum's got it into 3. Can he hold it? That is a very high line. Bacon gets it back away from him out of turn number 4. Ripping down into turn number 1 and 2. Axum again sticking to that high line around the racetrack. Back behind Cal Cummins following suit as well. He's trying to make a run at one of those podium spots, but it's all about who wins this little shindig. And right now, Brady Bacon's doing everything he can down on the inside to hold off the young gun into 47 BC. And out onto the front chute comes the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Rips through to the white flag. He'll take it around. Rolled into tonight, tied for the most wins with Jack Hewitt. And tonight he will break that tie as he heads into turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front chute. The Macho Man, Brady Bacon, picks up the win on night number 1 of the Winter Dirt Games. Here he comes, race fans. Let him hear you. The Macho Man, Brady Bacon.
There was a point earlier in the week when winning, let alone even competing, seemed unfathomable for Kyle Cummins and Rocksteady Racing. After blowing 2 engines and the team seemingly out of options, a sudden lifeline arrived in the form of a new engine being delivered just in the nick of time for them to get back on track and back into victory lane.
Brady Bacon going to try to lead him down in the corner, see if he can get this thing firing off and be captain of the ship out of turn number 2 and down the back chute, back behind 3 wide in the field. Onto the back straightaway, Cal Cummins with company. Matt Westfall down the inside. Picked up a national win at Eldora back in 2006. He'll try to fight his way up to the front, but he'll slip with the grip down low. And Westfall falls back into 3rd. It's back behind Emerson Axum looking for room to roam. Keeping an eye on that 47 BC. He's been bad fast this entire Florida trip into Sunshine State. And up front, challenge for your race lead. Cal Cummins is coming to call. Down the inside goes Cummins. Hucked that baby into turn number 1 and picked up the front end. Brady Bacon escapes around the top shelf. Stockton breaks down the inside. Cummins going to try down low as well. He'll give up the number 2 spot. Justin Grant, the number 4 car, slides through. He picks up P2. Cummins coming back at him down the inside. Back behind, Westfall's under attack. C.J. Leary's there. Chase Stockton and the 47 car making some strides up through as well. He moves himself up into 7th on the field as Emerson Axum goes to work back behind. Meanwhile, up front, Bacon continues to lead that charge. Here's coming back for 2nd on the field. Scoring P2 as he got across the line. He'll slide up across the racetrack and steal the thunder as the 4 car rolls down low, and Justin Grant right back around the 3R. Deep down into turn number 3. I'll throw him on the high side of the racetrack. Cummins digging down low. Grant hangs on for now. Cummins right up to the back bumper, drops a nose on it, challenges out turn number 2. Top 3 cars are broken away. Grant goes on the attack. Down the inside comes the number 4. Oh, short slider. Had to ride that one out and let Bacon get back around the outside. Knew it wasn't going to stick, but he was definitely testing the waters and doing a little probing on a slide job maybe a little bit later on. And Bacon now comes down low to protect that. So the number 3 arm moves into second. Cal Cummins rocking and rolling. He's got that left front tire hiked up in the air, and he is pouring the coal to it down into the corner. Lap traffic lies ahead. Bacon will go to the outside. Eddie Tafoya Jr. going to go lap down to your race leaders. Cummins looking for the P1 spot right across the back bumper of Tafoya. Drag race out at 2. Bacon trying to hang on to it. Almost dead even down the back straightaway. Tafoya trying to get back into the mix again down on the inside. Bacon grabs a little breathing room. And now Cummins hustles his way out as C.J. Leary starting to reel in Justin Grant. One will be a battle for third. Less than a handful remain. This time by 4 laps as we start to pull the front end coming out of the corner. That's when she's getting hooked up down low, and you do not want to try the top shelf. And that's exactly what Bacon's doing with a good move. Able to move to the outside of Pursley. Down into turn number 3 and 4. He is opened up to attack. Is that a mistake out of Bacon? Yes, it is. There goes Cal Cummins onto the point. 3R car capitalizes. Now he shoots to the high side. C.J. Leary down on the inside trying to pick off Bacon. And Cummins with a treacherous run out of turn number 2 takes him tight to the wall on the exit. So he'll rip Rory's way through the corner. Twin sticks come out. 2 more laps around for Kyle Cummins. Bacon still back behind, working at number 3 spot. C.J. Leary's down on the inside, the 15X car. He'll slip up off the bottom and give up some real estate. White flag comes out for your race leader. Behind lap traffic. It is going to be a cluster down into turn number 1 and 2. Watch them now. Out of the corner and down the back straightaway. Bacon's getting a run from back in the field to 69 car. Checkered flag, set to fly. Up front, Cal Cummins is going to pick up the win on the final night of the Winter Dirt Games at Bubba Raceway Park. Up and out he comes. We wanted him on the national tour. We got him now. Cal Cummins, make some noise, race fans.
Tragedy struck the Midwest opener at Lawrenceburg Speedway in April, which was canceled following the death of Harrison, Ohio driver Justin Owen after his car made contact with the outside wall and flipped multiple times in turn 3 during a qualifying run. The 2022 Lawrenceburg Speedway Sprint Car Track champion was just 26 years old. C.J. Leary knew exactly where he needed to be throughout the Larry Rice Classic, but oftentimes the game plan requires certain decisive actions in order to remain on the right track, and the Greenfield, Indiana native made all the right moves in all the right places to score his first win for BGE Doherty Motorsports.
Side by side start up front. CV down on the inside. Look out, has to make an avoidance maneuver on the curb. That'll get the number 15X of C.J. Leary out onto the point. He'll race his way down into turn number 3 and 4. 3 wide back of the field. Mitchell Moles surrounded. The Macho Man's right there along with Jeff Henson, the number 17 car down on the inside. Is that Berm down low catching a couple cars and kind of shooting them out across the racetrack. So meanwhile up front, 1, 2, 3 positions all single out. 4th and 5th as well. As Jake Swanson taking a looky-loo there at the 2B car, Logan Seavey. So he's got to come up with a game plan. Doesn't have to be a good game plan, just has to be good enough to get himself around. Lap traffic, keep Jake Swanson behind him. It looks like that might be tougher than anticipated as Swanson's already got a peek to the inside. 21 AZ corner and well down to turn number 1 to 2, 3 and 4 up to the back bumpers. Down CJ clipped the tire down on the inside. And the 15X car got himself upset just a little bit, but Swanson's pestering hard as they charge out turn number 2 and down the back chute. Meanwhile, Jaden Rogers able to clear around Carson Garrett as that track's starting to widen out just a little bit. Gives him some room to work with. CJ catches up to his teammate. Now looks around the outside in turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Jake Swanson down low, trying to work that low line to pick up a spot. But CJ found some speed. The lane has changed at turn number 1 and 2. CJ Leary just found something. We'll see if he goes back to it again for the 15X car. Not so much a 3 and 4. Yep, right up to the high side for the 15X. She's treacherous, but you can make some speed if you're smooth about it. Meanwhile, back behind, Jake Swanson still scored second. Logan Seavey, the 2B, running third on the field. He can still make something happen. Jaden Rogers in the mix. Down to the inside, that may have been a misstep right there for the 15X. C.J. Leary allows Swanson to get to the outside. Here comes the 21 AZ. Looking wide, out of turn number 2 and down the back chute. Leary wants to lock it down low, now stays high in turn number 3 and 4 and picks the pace back up again for the 15X. Swanson trying everything to run down C.J. Leary. But so far, uncontested up front for the 15X cars. We got a caution coming out, and Brady Bacon out over the cushion. Comes to a halt in turn number 4, and that'll change everything. Green flag comes out. The NOS Energy Drink starting can. C.J. stellar start for the 15X. He'll charge down into the corner. The scramble happens back behind. Emerson Axon blazes out wide along with Chase Stockin. He'll try to pick off a couple of spots to no avail, however. So we'll go 2 laps to go. White flag coming out the next time by. C.J. Leary looks to have the field covered. Needs a good run here in these final couple laps. So he'll take it around one more time. There's your white flag pulling away from the field for C.J. Leary. He did it through lap traffic. He does it without lap traffic. He was the man to beat tonight at the Larry Race Classic. And C.J. Leary's going to pick up the win here at Bloomington Speedway. Double checkers come out, and that's a done deal. And here he comes, race fans. Pay him off. C.J. Leary wins the Larry Rice Classic.
It's imperative to set the tone right from the start, and Leary and his BGE Doherty Motorsports team have done just that so far, claiming victory number 1 and promptly taking over as the new series point leader, all in one fell swoop. Once upon a time, Justin Grant routinely struggled each time he traveled down to the southwestern edge of Indiana, home of Tri-State Speedway. Now those dog days are over, and those dog days are gone. Convincingly and affirmatively, he was an absolute machine during the 10th running of the Spring Showdown.
Justin Grant starting to get a run on Jaden Rogers. He's working on him. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here goes Grant to the lead. Down the inside, Rogers dangled the dirt on himself. Falls back into the number 2 spot and washes into turn number 3. And now Justin Grant goes hammer down out front. Everybody else getting sucked along in these vortex. Kevin Thomas Jr. working behind the 4J car, tries to drive her down off the bank. He may be able to challenge for second before it's all said and done, while Bacon back behind running 4th. Attempts to hold off Cal Cummins. Cummins has got him this time. Justin Grant across, 3 to go that time by. Kevin Thomas Jr. chomping at the bit, back behind, runs it deep into turn number 3. Right up to the back bumper, he'll crease out across the racetrack, and out of turn number 4 he comes. Grant has got to go because Kevin Thomas Jr.'s there, looking to the outside. Can he get around Justin Grant? He'll rip into turn number 3. White flag comes out. Final voyage of velocity here at the Spring Showdown for JG up front. KTJ looks wide. Right there, tickling the tail feathers out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Deep into turn number 3. Checkered flags coming out. Grant slips the grip. Got the checkered flag. He'll do it. Spring Showdown for Justin Grant. 4th night of racing. The number 4 car goes to victory lane. And here he comes, race fans. Up and out of the car. Make some noise for Justin Grant.
Grant's 35th career USAC National Sprint Car Feature victory elevated him into a 3-way tie for 13th place on the all-time list, alongside John Stambro and Rich Vogler. The performance also thrusted the reigning series champion into the top spot as the new point leader. Justin Grant knows about the wall. It can be treacherous, it can bend and break the parts on a race car, it can ruin a perfectly good evening at the racetrack, and in most cases, it's a place to stay away from. But a couple bumps and scrapes here and there with the right rear and the right front against Eldora's concrete was more or less a no harm, no foul situation, in deterring Grant's ultimate goal during the Let's Race 2 opener.
Good start for 3R car. Cal Cummins going to lead him down into the corner. Big old move coming out of Justin Grant. Hello, how you doing? Watch the Top Motorsports number 4 car picking off 2 cars down into turn number 3. 3 cars technically if you count out of turn number 2. And they find themselves in a 3-line battle out of 4. Up front, 3R car showing away. Grant able to slip out through, picked up a double, or swept the night, I should say. Clean sweep for him down at Hobstadt. The last time we got out the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series. Now sees Westfall down low. Westfall moves into the number 2 spot. Grant shuffle back into 3rd on the field. Clean hammered out of turn number 4. Right back around the outside, down on the inside. Emerson Axon 47 BC still in that mix as well, along with C.J. Leary in the 15X as they chase Cal Cummins down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Cummins working kind of that middle of the racetrack on entry down there. Lets it sweep up, grab a little bit of that cushion. Justin Grant powers out around Matt Westfall. Westfall, though, looking stout down on the inside. He'll slide up across the racetrack. Grant able to escape around the outside and back into the P2 spot. As we're still side by side and 3 wide into turn number 3, back in the beat of the field. That's the 19 AZ of Mitchell Moles trying to battle his way out of the little horde of cars that roll out of turn number 4. He's there. Jake Swanson is there. All kinds of people there. Meanwhile, back up front, here comes Grant for the lead. Down to the inside. Slud job out across the racetrack. Waiting on it was Cal Cummins. Cummins turns it back to the inside, back to the number 1 spot. Grant throws another haymaker down into the corner. Well, bam! Take that. 3R car. Cal Cummins back down low. Off the wall. Hang on to it. Justin Grant, cowboy up for the number 4. Brave, no doubt about it. Powers out away from the 3R car. Rolls into the throttle. His race to start. He's going to ride the rim onto the front chute and bring him back to life. Cal Cummins hanging tough. Clips the wall. Got the right rear into it just underneath the flag stand. That'll scrub a little speed off the 3R, but boy, he had a run on Grant and might have been able to make something happen. He's on the wall again. There goes Bacon to P2. Brady quick to capitalize on the misstep out of the 3R car. Shuffles him back into third on the field. Look at his high line run out of the 15X of C.J. Leary. Leary looking for a podium finish. Goes to the inside. He'll throw a slider out across Cummins. Cummins shuffle back into third. Fourth, maybe, is off the wall. Goes C.J. Leary. That kind of skittered up there a little harder than he anticipated. Justin Grant's down into turn number 1. Needs a half mile between himself and victory. Multiple wins. And let's race 2. Hang on to it. He's going to do it the hard way. Off the wall. Down into turn number 3. Justin Grant. Roser on to the front chute. He'll go back-to-back with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Cars as he picks up another win at Eldora Speedway. And up and out of the car he comes. He wins tonight. Night number 1 of Let's Race 2 at Eldora Speedway. Make some noise for Justin Grant.
C.J. Leary had long yearned to crack the code of what it would take to capture a win during Let's Race 2 at Eldora. Not once, not twice, not thrice, but on 4 occasions, Leary finished as the runner-up in the event. But on this night at the half-mile dirt oval, Leary uncovered the combination to unlock a long-desired yet elusive piece on his resume.
Emerson Axel going to try to lead him down into the corner. He's got company coming out of Cal Cummins down the inside 3R car. We got Moores. We got trouble. One around, one over. It's 2-car tango down at turn number 1 and 2, and a red flag comes out as we have capsized the unit. Watch them now. Shout out to Allen, I no doubt. Tuned in. Still charged down the corner. Better start for Axel that time. He's going to be able to hold both those cars at bay back behind. The 5S of Chase Stocking down low. 3 wide for your race lead out turn number 2 and into turn number 3. Deep into the corner. Boy, that was a charge for the 15 car. C.J. Leary looking for the race leads. Got it on lap number 1. Stocking follows into tire tracks down the inside. Axel looks for the high side. Tries to hustle up the 47 BC. A little hip hop there for him. He'll fall back into the clutches of not 1 but 2 cars as Mitchell Moles puts pressure on the number 3 spot. 19 AZ shot off the bottom up the middle of the racetrack. Still 3 wide coming out turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Moles trying to power out around Axum. Picks him off, slides up to the high side. Axum down lows. Got company coming out. Justin Grant, the number 4 car as well. The Zil 2 team on the 19 AZ. Back into the number 3 spot for the 47 BC. Moles drives down off the banking. Jake Swanson enters the fray in the 21 AZ car. 4-car cluster back behind first and second on the field. That's a battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Out of turn number 2 and into turn number 3. Top to bottom. Slide jobs galore back in the field. Up front, though, here comes Grant working on Moles. Mitchell able to slip by the outside and hang on to the number 3 spot for now. Justin Grant down low has got a good dig for the number 4. The top motorsports ride moves into 3rd on the field. Moles crosses him over on the back chute. Deep into turn number 3. Sweeps across the nose and right back to the inside goes Justin Grant. He'll go back into 3rd. Moles unrelenting on his attack. Grant lets him go through. Hello, baited him into that one. And the pace is about to pick up. Look at he split down the corner quickly. Justin Grant looking for second on the field. Throws a slider out across. See if he can hang on to it. Chase Stocking able to get back down low in the 5S car, though. KO Motorsports ride back into P2 and closing the long drive out across the racetrack for Stocking, but Grant's going to keep him company. Rock and rolls his way back around the 5S car. Stocking quickly back on the attack down off the gravity. Meanwhile, side by side back behind Mitchell Moles. And a bit of a tussle, Jake Swanson. Grant will keep the pressure on as they run down lap traffic. 3 wide just ahead. Brady Bacon, oddly enough, is trying to fight his way out of not last. Zeddy Tafoya Jr. down low. That's a 3-car battle just ahead of your battle for the race lead. Grant's got him. Little slick move down into the corner. C.J. Leary back into the number 1 spot. Grant's got the high line. Well, that's a bold move. right through traffic, split the eye of the needle for the 15X car, and C.J. Leary grabs a little cushion of comfort as Grant barely gets across. Clipped the whiskers back here at the tail of the field on Scotty Weir. And unfortunately, you just scrubbed too much speed sliding up across the racetrack. As we got one into the wall just ahead of your race leader. Out, he catches Grant. Grant's over. Oh, my goodness. Zach Pretorius got high, jumped the cushion, clipped the wall. What he did, he ricocheted off into Justin Grant. And Grant goes for a tumble, already up out of his car, looking for damage on the right-hand side for Justin Grant. Let's go back and watch the replay up on the screen. And, oh, man. Unfortunately, look at that. Jeff Ensign got underneath. They went cage to cage as Grant flipped down across the racetrack. Heads off into the corner, lays it easy into the cushion, and charges out of turn number 2. He's won here in a sprint car before. He's won here in Silver Crown before. And now C.J. Leary looks to pick up a $10,000 to win event here tonight on night number 2 of Let's Race 2 at Eldora Speedway. And that, my friends, goes into the books as a done deal. As up and out of the car he comes, race fans. Make some noise for C.J. Leary.
With Leary adding a third career USAC feature victory at the Big E, he also ascended to the top of the point standings in a dead heat with fellow Eldora winner Justin Grant, but occupied the top spot due to a tiebreaker for the time being. Of the scores of races Brady Bacon has won in his career, a victory in the Tony Holman Classic had been one that had forever eluded him. The Broken Arrow, Oklahoma native had accrued 13 starts in the event since 2006, including a pair of runner-up finishes in his quest to hold the signature rifle in his hands. And ultimately, this win in particular stood tall.
We're off and running. Bacon's going to take it down into the corner. Here comes Justin Grant back behind the number 4 car. Working that number 2 spot. Cummins down low in the 3R. 2 wide back behind. And a good drive for Jake Swanson. Keep your eye on the 21 AZ. Got her throttled up down low for Swanson's going to tuck her into the guardrail. Getting down into turn number 3. A little company coming to the outside. But up front, it's Bacon across for lap number 1. Swanson.
Jake Swanson's had a hot rod all day long. Let's see if he can make it sing now as Brady Bacon's out front.
Boy, Kevin Thomas Jr. tried something down to the inside. He was going to try to pull on Kyle Cummins, the 3R car, and unfortunately slipped out wide and gave up 2 spots. As that allowed Mitchell Moles in the 19 AZ to get through. He moves into the number P5. Is up front. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars singled out. And then a horde down in the corner. Look out. Got jacked up there. Kevin Thomas Jr.'s car shut down. On the front straightaway, that lost fire for Kevin Thomas Jr., and he took a shot in the shorts that rattled my teeth. So he drops back down to the inside. That allows Justin Grant to close in the number 4 car, and here comes the 21 AZ and Jake Swanson along as well.
Now Brady Bacon having a little bit of trouble getting around the Paragon champion, and here comes Justin.
Down to the inside, new race leader Justin slides up. Butter Maddox stops his flow. There goes Bacon back to the number 1 spot.
Another slider with Justin Grant with Brady Bacon in the picture.
And back behind Jake Swanson. Watch that all go down. He's still running P3. Top 3 cars have broken out away from 4th on the field, which is in the hands of Kyle Cummins. Mitchell Moles back behind, rounds out the top 5. But it is high speed, high stakes, getting around Terre Haute Action Track. Catch it on lap traffic down into turn number 3. He'll bring it around this time and see the white flag out of turn number 4. 2 lap cars to contend with, much to his chagrin. He doesn't know how close his competition is. Little does he realize they are back by over 6 seconds to the 69 car. So he'll fire it down into turn number 2 and head down the back straightaway for the final time here at the 53rd running of the Tony Holman Classic, Terre Haute Action Track. He's got a lot of wins here. He has never won the Holman. That changes tonight. As out of turn number 4 he comes. Checkered flag for the Macho Man, Brady Bacon.
Good day,
up
Sheriff.
and out of the car he comes. Make some noise, race fans, for Brady Bacon.
Back in late 2020 and early 2021, Californian Jake Swanson and Team Arizona packed up their lives and headed east to make Indiana their new home. In that time frame, they'd won USAC races in their respective home states, yet they had never had the fortune of winning a USAC race in their newly adopted home of Indiana. But Circle City would change all that.
So we got slide jobs happening all the way back through the field. Track really coming around, just like Dshan said. So now Justin Grant throws the winger down into the corner. He'll try to make a pass for position over the 81 O'Reilly Gray. Gray trying to go back to the inside. Grant on the defensive there for the number 4 car. Jake Swanson draws up alongside Robert Balloon and says, how you doing? Down at turn number 1 and 2. This is your battle for the race lead. As they charge out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Balloon's got lap traffic ahead, and unbelievably enough, it's 𝒂𝒚𝒊𝒏𝒈, the first one being encountered back towards the tail of the field. 𝒂𝒚𝒊𝒏𝒈 trying to throw a slider down the corner, as is Jake Swanson for the lead. Slips out across. Baloo easily turns it back to the inside. 12 car back out onto the point. Swanson's right there. Hustles down into turn number 1 and 2. Called a car length between those top 2 cars. It's down the inside goes Baloo. Slide job on Ricky Lewis and lap traffic. Swanson down low. He's got the race lead. No, he does not. Baloo gets to the stripe. First, there's a slide job. Parks it on the nose of the number 12 car. Clips these whiskers and fires it off towards the sunset for the 21AZ. It's now Baloo running in the number 2 spot. Swanson out front. Kyle Cummins now goes to work on the number 12. Team Arizona Racing ride up front. Swanson rolls out of the corner and picks up the white flag and hustles down into turn number 1 and 2. Still plenty of action to be seen back in the field. Slide jobs all behind your race leader, but up front it's Jake Swanson. Took over captain of the ship for the number 4 starting spot. Worked the lap traffic like a master and picks up the win on night number 1 of the Circle City Salute. But what a run. Up and out of the car he comes. Jake Swanson wins night number 1 of the Circle City Salute. Let him hear you, race fans.
With his runner-up finish, Kyle Cummins took over the series point lead by 5 markers over CJ Leary, who finished 7th. It's Cummins' first time at the top of the points since 2016. One night after assuming the USAC National Sprint Car point lead for the first time in 7 seasons, Kyle Cummins made sure to cement his status as the series top dog at the moment during the Circle City Salute at Indianapolis, Indiana's Circle City Raceway.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Coming out turn number 2, Kyle Cummins looking to the inside of Baloo. Got him down the back straightaway. Skidooch into the number 1 spot. Slides up high. Baloo tries to turn it back down to the inside. Oh, he's got to check up. Couldn't quite get back out around. Baloo leads lap number 1. Kyle Cummins still holding down the number 2 spot. Jake Swanson working 3rd on the field. 3 wide out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Back further in the pack. So rip on through. Jake Swanson trying to hold off the defending national champ. Here comes Justin Grant down on the inside. He'll power out across the snoot of the 21AZ. Meanwhile, Cummins continues to work on Baloo. Red flag coming out, 1 up and over down at turn number 1. Back at the tail of the field, that's Sterling Kling. Cummins already kind of peeking in a 3R car. As we get with the giddy up down in turn 1 and 2, Cummins just a little bit lower on the entry down there, along with Jake Swanson scrambling 3 wide back in the field yet again. As Brady Bacon's trying to make some room. Meanwhile, up front, Baloo's got Cummins covered. That time coming out of the corner, here goes Cal to the high side. 3R car rocks into the cushion. Tries to rip the lip onto the back straightaway. He's got a run on Baloo down to the inside. Baloo trying to hold him at bay. Cummins goes into the number 1 spot. Baloo turns it back down low. Drag race across the line. Give the advantage to Kyle Cummins. Although he gives it up, turn number 1 and 2 and has to drive back down the inside. Baloo bounces off the wall. And now the 3R may solidly have the point within his grasp. Back to the action. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Grant instantly on the attack. Gonna wing one out across the racetrack. Easily back to the inside for the 3R car. It's down in the corner they go. Down low for Kyle Cummins. That'll allow the field maybe to close. As Grant again holds him side by side coming out of the corner. Jake Swanson getting throttled up. 21AZ. Grant another slider down turn 1 and 2. And Cummins again able to get back to the inside. The 3R car. And Grant's gonna hammer another one down. Nope, not gonna clear it. He'll let him get through. Now Swanson enters the fray. Here comes the 21AZ downhill. Bounce his way out across. Caught the crease. Threw him off his rhythm. Couldn't quite pull that one off, but I believe he had a run on the number 4 car. 3 wide for the number 3 spot. Swanson back down to the inside, trying to hang on to it. Grant's throwing a slider for your race lead. And Cummins is able to get back to the inside. We got sliders happening all over the place. Things have come to life here at Circle City Raceway. It's up front, Cummins. Race leader down in the corner. Here comes Swanson trying to get that number 3 spot back away from 𝒂𝒚𝒊𝒏𝒈. Meanwhile, Bacon down on the inside, chugging the bottom with Emerson Axum right behind it to 47 BC. Good racing just a little further back from them as well. As they almost got 3 wide again coming out of the corner. CJ Leary digging from way back deep in the field, looking for another top 5 finish here tonight. As Cummins sails it off into turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Side by side through the remainder of the field. We got trouble. Up and over goes Justin Grant down at turn number 2. Got into the wall as he hopped the cushion for the number 4 car. It's a replay coming up there on the big screen on the back chute. Yep, just clipped the wall, and man, it started to bounce, and it looked like a bit. Takes the Mach 1 chassis, Stanton Chevrolet powered ride down into the corner and down the back straightaway for the final voyage of velocity. Into turn number 3 and 4. Rolled in tonight is your national points leader. He's going to leave the same way. It's going to be Cal Cummins picking up the win. Up and out of the car he comes, race fans. Let him hear you. Cal Cummins picks up the win at Circle City. Don't lose it in the wind.
Jake Swanson set the tone early during the Corn Belt Clash as the fastest qualifier, then made the show with a last lap pass to grab the 4th and final transfer spot in his heat race. During the feature, he led for less than a quarter mile, but it just so happened to be the money lap, which made it all worth it.
Well, he comes in, does Swanson not, with a run of about 3 straight podium finishes, looking for 4. He has been absolutely on a roll. And there goes Jake fighting CJ right there.
He's going to try her again down on the inside. Slide job will work that time. He'll clip the whiskers on the 15X car. Back to the inside goes CJ Swanson. Good drive coming out of the corner. Up to P3 he goes. CJ shuffle back into 4th on the field. And we do have battle for second. Out of the corner we come, and it's going to last for a very short period of time as Jake Swanson just sucked the numbers off the 3R car. Blows past him down into the corner, picks up P2, jumps the cushion ever so lightly, and quickly gathers things back together again, puts the spurs to the flanks and trying to run down Bacon up front in these final 4 laps. That's why he's fading back through the field. Meanwhile, up front, here comes the white flag for your race leader.
It is, but I'm telling you right now, Jake Swanson is quick.
Swanson down into the corner trying to close on Bacon. Can he get around Bacon? Boy,
Yes.
he's cornered like a mouse in
Yes, he can.
sneakers. Here comes the run out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway.
Jake Swanson, does Brady Bacon have a tire problem? Here goes Jake, working to the inside. Can Jake steal this one away?
Got it. Checkered flag comes out. The Avani windows and doors. Corn Belt Clash goes to Jake Swanson. Is up and out of the car he comes. Jake Swanson. Let him hear you.
For the bulk of the Knoxville race, it looked like Bacon had it in the bank. But after leading a race-high 21 laps, he fell just 2 turns shy of a record-extending 5th career USAC National Sprint Car win at Knoxville. As a consolation prize, Bacon became the new series point leader, surpassing Kyle Cummins, who was running 5th but fell to 14th on the last lap with a tire issue. At this moment, Jake Swanson was on a roll unlike he'd ever experienced in sprint car racing. Not only has it led him straight to the top of the USAC National Sprint Car point standings for the first time in his career, it also led him to his first Eastern Storm victory during the opener at the Jesse Hockey Classic.
Swanson going to roll into the early race lead down in turn number 1 and 2. Watch for the crossover coming out of the number 20 car. T-Mez back behind, pursues into the corner, side by side for P3 on the field. Stocking, working the high line. Look out, ricocheting off the wall. Hang on to it. Briggs Danner got his nose into the wall down the inside, almost shot him back out into traffic. 47 BC going to try to whistle it off into turn number 3. Or not. He goes back down to the inside. Better drive down low in turn number 3 and 4. Top shelf maybe quicker in 1 and 2, and that's exactly what he's doing. Trying a little bit of everything into 47 BC to run down your race leader up front. Swanson takes her down the back chute. White flag coming out this time out of turn number 4 for your race leader. Axum so close into 47 BC. 1 more lap to get the job done. He'll back it into the corner. Swanson bounces off the wall down the back straightaway for the 21 AZ car. Jesse Hockey Classic here at Grandview Speedway about to come to an end. And out front, it's going to be Jake Swanson picking up the checkers. Up and out of the car he comes. Make some noise for Jake Swanson.
Jake Swanson was also now in the driver's seat as the early point leader of the 6-race Eastern Storm Series and stood atop the overall USAC National Sprint Car standings by a single point over Kyle Cummins. One of Emerson Axum's stated goals when he signed on as a driver for Clausen Marshall Newman Racing was to keep the legacy of Brian Clausen going. At Big Diamond, Axum lived up to his word, not only following in BC's footsteps by becoming an Eastern Storm winner, but also by winning on what would have been BC's 34th birthday.
Almost in fence post formation.
That separates the winners from the also-rans, the ability to read the racetrack, make those adjustments when need be, and there's Axum getting a run.
Got to drive down to the inside for the race lead. He's got him into turn number 3. Slides up high, picks off 𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 now chases out of turn number 4 and onto the front straightaway. But you got new race leader across with just 9 laps to go.
And you know this, 𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 will not go gently into the good night.
They hustle out of turn number 2 and head into turn number 3.
Yeah, this is his one chance, Chad, if we stay green. He's got to catch Axum right now, and it can be done, and he is closing.
And he's closing, but it's not enough. And 47BC picks up the white flag, his final voyage of velocity, as he heads down the back straightaway into 3.
The Franklin, Indiana driver, Chad, looks like he's going to put it in the books.
He is indeed. Out of turn number 4 he comes. Checkers come out of Big Diamond Speedway, and night number 3 goes to Emerson Axum. That win finally comes in 2023.
Yeah, sure does.
Belts off, helmets up and down. The car he comes. Let him hear you. Emerson Axum picks up the win at Big Diamond.
Brian Clausen, who perished in a 2016 racing accident, remains the only 3-time Eastern Storm titleist in 2012, 13, and 16. Now in 2023, Axum has ascended to the top of the Eastern Storm point standings by virtue of his win. Once you pop, you can't stop. The old Pringles ad campaign very well may apply to the trend Emerson Axum found himself on following the 3rd event of the 16th edition of USAC Eastern Storm at the famed Williams Grove Half Mile, just 24 hours after finding victory lane for the first time this season.
He is in hot pursuit of 𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈. Big speed down the back straightaway.
We've seen that with Axum all night long, Chad. It absolutely has no impact on his performance. He's got to lay down low.
There comes Emerson Axum to call for your top spot. �ァwater able to hold him at bay at least that lap around. Back behind Axum, slides it into the corner. He said, I'm tired of running around the bottom. I want to hammer around the top shelf.
Not �������water's first rodeo. He shuts the door there on Emerson Axum. Meanwhile, Danner up a little bit higher, the 39 car. Will he leave a lane?
Axum carves down to the inside, again tries to come to call, and �ァwater says, nay, nay, not today. Holds him off for one more lap around. Axum back to the whip again for the 47BC. Trails out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Well, we'll call it within 2 car lengths out of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway.
But I'll say it again, this is everything we hoped for when the USAC East Coast Series was started. As we see Brick Danner, we got trouble. We got trouble over turn number 2.
Trailing some fuel out of the back Alex Bright's car.
There was a pirouette and then the punch in the fuel cell. We got to keep an eye on that. Yeah, he knew where he was going, and now he's got to get out. Well, that is good work by all concerned right there, as we're going to go to work and try to get that under control. We got him out of there at the right time. He knew where to go. The officials were there, and that part of it was well executed.
�㡗water holding him till late, punches the throttle, and we are officially back underway. Hustle down into the corner, a little peek to the outside for Emerson Axum. The 47BC side by side back behind Justin Grant, going to work on Briggs Danner. As there goes Grant down to the inside. Danner shuffle back into 4th on the field. Meanwhile, up front, �㡗water could be under attack as they race into turn number 3. Axum's got a line to the outside. Here comes Emerson Axum.
Emerson's trying to make it happen. It's a long, long way around, and he's got it.
Got him indeed. Dinner on the high side down into turn number 1 and 2 now. Can he hang on to it? Axum lets it sweep out through the corner. He's got big speed for the 47BC. Back behind, Justin Grant moves into the number 3 spot yet again as he holds off 𝒕💊💾💄. Pursley persists, however, down low, pestering out of 4.
Trying to roll downhill and take over 2nd.
And Pursley trying to set something up on �㡗water. Now peeks down to the inside. The 5P car looking to drive out across the snoot. Clips the whiskers on �㗡water. Does not have position yet. Timmy back around.
It looks, however, like a matter of a tie, but nonetheless, this slice and dice duel between these two is all that Emerson needs to scamper free.
Briggs Danner's recalibrated back behind as well. He's able to surge back around. �💊💾💄 now works on Justin Grant down the corner. He'll drop the nose driver down off the banking. Meanwhile, Pursley back around the outside. The number 20 car moves back into 2nd on the field. Just 7/10 to split. 𝒕💊💾💄 Pursley's giving it everything he's got in the 5P car.
He's got to knock off 2 2/10 of a second again this lap, and then we may be onto something. Here he comes as he comes off a 4. There's Ward showing the 2 to go sign.
Yeah, Twin Sticks are out up front. Pursley now down to 0.6 of a second to lead. Up front, and 47 BC, Emerson Axum giving it everything he's got as he tries to keep himself out front. Pursley continues to close into turn number 3.
Pursley just reaching out and grabbing up handfuls of this Williams Grove clay, and here he comes. It's on, folks. It is on.
This is it, all or nothing. White flag lap into the corner. Pursley hot on the tail tank. Emerson Axum slips on through. Pursley, a little bike action. Got good drive out of the corner and down the back straightaway.
Oh, you bet it's a good drive. He's going to have a run, Chet. He's going to have a run. Here he comes, Chet. Prisoner, who is it going to be?
Oh, he tried her down to the inside, checked up. He knew he was going to get into the 47 BC, and Emerson Axum goes back-to-back in Eastern Storm. It's going to be the racer out of Franklin, Indiana. There he comes, Emerson Axum.
Leading up to the Port Royal round, Justin Grant felt he was getting right back to where he needed to be in the USAC National Sprint Car Championship hunt after an unsavory trend of 5 finishes of 13th or worse in a 6-race stretch. Grant settled in and steadied the ship while running against the wall. After all, that's his jam.
Axum out front has no clue he's coming, and here comes Justin Grant. Spurs to the flanks of the number 4.
Absolutely, and it might have been in his advantage that he did not show the nose to Emerson right there. He wants to do it stealth-like, and here he comes. He's dogging him now.
Now within about 2 or 3 car lengths down into the corner, just 0.2 of a second that time by. Justin Grant's got the line on the high side. Watch him out of turn number 2. Not yet.
And traffic looms in front of this duo. There's Grant kicking up a rooster's tail like it's an old IMCA race at the Clay County Fair.
To the outside for the lead. He's got him. Picks off Axum down into turn number 1. Emerson Axum now has to go on the offense. He'll race out turn number 2. Grant's going to drive away in the number 4 car down the front straightaway, or down the back straightaway. Back behind Brady Bacon, run that high line as well. And the 69 car is in fact closing on the top 2 now.
Yeah, Bacon's going to go up there as well. He saw what Grant did. Justin Grant, steel nerves to use the outside.
Still down in the middle of the racetrack for the 47 BC. Emerson Axum's not giving up a lot of distance to Justin Grant, and in fact now closes out of turn number 2. What has Emerson Axum found? Challenge for your race lead into 3.
Now, absolutely, you have to take care of the tires as well. Here we go. One slow that's Haken. Oh, the yellow comes out.
He's going to start it on the high side of the racetrack. It's going to be a rip snorter onto the front chute.
Rip snorter indeed. Here comes Pursley looking underneath Brady Bacon.
Pursley looking for a good restart on this. Did not pull a slide job. He's going to rotate the bottom. Off the bottom comes Emerson Axum into the number 1 spot up front. 47 BC out on the point. Here comes Dason Pursley down on the inside.
Absolutely. He's down in the gutter trying to make it happen.
And pedaling for all he's worth. No doubt about it. Grant shuffle back into second on field. Bacon's there. Here comes the 3R car. Cal Cummins attacks. He's down on the inside.
Oh, there's Justin again. He's absolutely running the rail. I don't know if that line's going to work for him, but he's not giving up on it. And there is multi-groove racing here at the Speed Palace.
No doubt about it. She is prime, and Justin Grant's got to run. Bacon to the inside attacks. Grant goes to the wall. Right in the middle goes the 47 BC. 5 cars up front. Pursley around the outside. Grant for the race lead.
Oh, this is what you pay for right here. This is why you come to Port Royal. Here they come out of turn number 4. Who's going to have the biggest brave in them?
Justin Grant around the outside's got a nose out on to 47 BC. Axum shuffle back into second, but only on the scoreboard because he's still right there for your race lead. Out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Back up to the back bumper he goes.
My gosh, you have to have Xanax just to watch this race. It's so exciting.
Grant around the outside, trying to bring it on to the front. Shoots! Now got it solidly within his grasp. Bacon continues to try to drive his way around the 5P car. Here comes a slide job up across the racetrack. More of a drive job. Pursley able to get back to the inside.
Oh, this is exciting stuff here. This is delivered as we thought it would.
Down the back straightaway we go. Justin Grant out in front of the field. Takes him into turn number 3 and 4. It ain't over till it's over, though. He's got to get one more lap into the books as the white flag comes out up front.
Justin Grant trying to put another one in the book. He started on strong. Has had some tough luck. Looking to win for the 4th time in 2023.
Heads down the back straightaway for the final time. Into turn number 3 and 4. It's night 5 of the Eastern Storm. It's the 2000th race for the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series. Checkered flag comes out here at Port Royal Speedway, and Justin Grant's going to victory lane. Up and out he comes. How about it, race fans? Justin Grant.
Upon first observation, Kyle Cummins crewman Brian Carricker remarked that Action Track USA looked like a mini Hopstock. That was a welcome comparison for Cummins and Rocksteady Racing, who regularly dominate the Southern Indiana Oval. Now they've taken their talents to Kutztown, PA, where USAC sprint cars were making their debut in the Eastern Storm finale.
Here we go. Cross flags coming out halfway through that time by Cummins. Now within a car length and a half, down into the lap traffic. Tom Harris down on the inside.
Right there is Cummins. Will he go right in the middle? He will. Not enough room there.
Axum able to clear around the outside. Cummins. I thought he was going to be able to get alongside that time. Come down turn number 2, not the case. He's still pushing hard down into the corner. Top 2 will separate out for P3. Cummins on the attack.
On the attack indeed. Emerson Axum's bottled up. Here comes Kyle Cummins.
Out of turn number 4 comes Emerson Axum down on the inside, trying to crank it around Carmen Perigo. Down low, just in front, the 27 car. Out of turn number 2, down to back shoot. There's Cummins on the inside for the race lead.
Tricky business right there. He tries to get Axum on his hip, backs it into turn number 1.
Woo! You talk about backing that baby in the corner. There goes Cummins, new race leader in traffic. Off the bottom, brings it out of turn number 4. Emerson Axum shuffle back into second on the field.
Emerson Axum's not giving up. Kyle Cummins said he wanted a cowboy up, and he did just that.
White flag is out. Final voyage velocity at Action Track USA to the inside of Carmen Perigo. Kyle Cummins down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Rotates the corner. Night number 6 of Eastern Storm goes to Kyle Cummins. Little race it went. Green to checker up, and now the car he comes. Makes some noise for Kyle Cummins.
As an Eastern Storm rookie in 2022, Emerson Axum finished no better than 5th in any of the 5 races throughout the series he partook in for the very first time in his young career. In 2023, the Franklin, Indiana racer returned to the scene and finished no worse than 3rd in any of his 5 outings, and by doing so, easily outdistanced the competition to earn the Eastern Storm Championship by the most lopsided margin ever of 31 points. There are but a select few combinations in life that turn out to be a perfect match. There's peanut butter and jelly, pizza and breadsticks, and Paul McCartney and John Lennon, just to name a few. However, over the years, Brady Bacon and the Dynamics Inc. Hoffman Auto Racing team have become just as synonymous with each other. And with a 41st victory at Wilmot, the pairing became the winningest driver-entrant combo in USAC National Sprint Car history.
The Macho Man, the number 69 car from that 5th starting spot. Trying to hang tight. Axel. And rocked over on the right rear coming down the front straightaway. Not sure what that was all about. Boy, he got a beautiful angle down into turn number 1 and 2. We're side by side for P3. CV down on the inside. 2B's got some things figured out here tonight. Challenging for the final podium spot on Robert Ballou, the madman out wide. Slings it down into turn number 1 and 2 and rides the cushion onto the back straightaway. Still side by side just behind as well as Jake Swanson, able to move up into 5th on the field. Rolled into tonight's 2nd in the national point standings. Up front, trying to hang on to the lead. There he goes around the outside. Bacon got him. Picks off Emerson Axum, moves into the number 1 spot. Emerson battles back down on the inside. Deep into turn number 3 for the 47 BC. Lets it slide out across the racetrack. Tries to steal lane away on Bacon. And Axum goes back onto the point. Emerson back to P1 for last year's National Rookie of the Year, taking on the 4-time champ as Bacon works the high line. 69 car, top 2 have driven away. Now Bacon goes down low. Axum slips up to the top shelf. Bacon trying to dig out of the middle of the racetrack. Does he got him? Not that time. Axum says, nay, nay, not today, and holds him off with 10 laps to go. That time getting across the stripe, and that battle continues out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, back behind, a 4-car battle for 3rd on the field as Bacon now rips the lip onto the front chute. He's got the race lead back in his clutches. Axum shuffle back into 2nd on the field. Bacon rolls out of turn number 2 and down the back chute and pulls about 4 or 5 car lengths onto 47 BC. Emerson Axum's got to change up the game plan. Dodges down into turn number 1 and 2. He's got to look around the outside of CV, and I thought he was going to have that 3rd spot away from the 2B car. That's not the case. Meanwhile, up front, here comes the white flag for the Macho Man. Brady Bacon out turn number 4. Takes it across Hammers it down into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Axum Kasim cannot get to him. As they chase it down here at Wilmot Raceway. First visit in 11 years, and the Macho Man, Brady Bacon's going to pick up the win. He's up and out of the car he comes. Make some noise for the Macho Man.
Only a select few individuals have been fortunate enough to win a USAC National Sprint Car Feature event in their career. Only a select few have been able to win 50 of them in their career. Dave Darland, Tom Bigelow, and now Brady Bacon, following his latest triumph in the Bill Gardner Sprintacular.
Bacon wasted no time getting himself out in front of the field. He's going to pull out away from him by called 4 car lengths down into the corner. Well, 3 car lengths into turn number 3. It's a little rambunctious on him there. It wasn't quite the entrance I expected, although back behind a little slicey-dicey action taking place. As the 15X car, C.J. Leary, able to slip on through and move into 5th on the field. As we got mauled up, hang on to it. Down to slushy stuff. Can he get out of there? Lock the hubs in. He's back on the racetrack. We stay green flag. Meanwhile, back behind, Cal Cummins is not giving up on the high side. First one to break out of line along with Logan Seavey. Seavey starting to do some crazy stuff back here with diamond maneuvers behind Brett Beauchamp in the number 34 car. So race on through. Logan Seavey trying to get out there. Back around the 5S cars. There comes a run down on the inside. Oh, the madman, Robert Ballew's got her throttled up. The number 12 car just came to life like a rocket ship back in the field. Oh, he's got the steed to do the deed. Unfortunately, coming a little too late in the game. He's up front, hustle it down into the corner for the number 69 car. He'll blaze it on across and continues to work on extending the race lead. It's Ballew. How far can he go with the number 12 car? No doubt about it, the quickest car on the racetrack as it sits. He's worked inside the top 10 now. There's a white flag coming out for the Macho Man, Brady Bacon up front. Slams her down into turn number 1 and 2, shoots down the back straightaway. Was the man to beat here tonight, no doubt about it, for the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Bill Gardner Sprintacular at Lincoln Park Speedway, $10,000 gone to the Macho Man. Bacon picks up the win. Up and out of the car he comes. It's the Macho Man, Brady Bacon, picking up the Bill Gardner Sprintacular.
Jake Swanson thrusted himself back into the USAC National Sprint Car point lead by virtue of his 3rd place finish aboard his Team Arizona racing ride. In all, the podium result was his 13th consecutive top 10 feature finish, best in the series at the moment. On this very same weekend a full year earlier, Mitchell Moles got to experience the elation of winning his first career USAC National Sprint Car feature. 1 year later, on this same early July weekend, the Raisin City, California racer felt both the relief and the thrill of victory 34 races after his most recent series win in the series' thrilling debut at the Bull Ring in Macon.
Cal Cummins trying to come up with a game plan for the 3R car. Looks to the inside, the number 12. Mitchell Moles closes one more time into turn number 3 and 4. Big diamond for the 19AZ. He'll look to the inside. Into turn number 1 and 2. Scrubs some speed. Pick for Mitchell Moles. Holds that 3R car behind the madman, Robert Ballew. Moves into the number 1 spot. Cummins down low. Back into P1 for the 3R. Moles around the outside. Clears him into turn number 1 and 2. Got back into P1 now. The number 12 trying to come to play. Lap traffic that's behind him as Mitchell Moles takes it to the wall. Cummins still down low on the inside. Carson Garrett down low, continues to rotate through the ditch. He's now got himself in the number 2 spot. Cummins shuffle back into 3rd on the field. And Carson Garrett might be able to get a run on Mitchell Moles. He is bad fast, and he carved the groove down on the inside. Mitchell Moles has no clue. Watch Carson Garrett now down on the inside. New race leader out, turn number 4. Slowing into the corner. CV off the pace. Caution comes out. Unbelievable. Up, hammers down. Better be perfect up front because here comes Mitchell Moles around the outside. Got him. Cal Cummins along for the ride as well. Comes down low into the middle of the racetrack. 3-car tussle for that number 1 spot. Garrett trying to hang on to the top spot. Moles has got it. Drives it straight down into the corner. Big run down the back straightaway for the 19AZ. Comes down low to protect. Here comes the 3R around the outside. Off the wall and over goes Cal Cummins. Mitchell Moles picks up the win. Top Gun night number 1. Unbelievable. Oh, race fans, you guys need to go pay again. You got more than your money's worth. Mitchell Moles picks up the win by 93 thousandths of a second over Carson Garrett. Cal Cummins still gets 3rd. He's a podium finisher.
A mere 24 hours after he and his car sat upside down in a crumpled heap following a meeting with the Turn 2 outside wall, Brady Bacon returned to his natural state during the Top Gun 50. His natural state of late, and pretty much throughout the entirety of his illustrious career, has been victory lane, and that's exactly where he intended to park it on this night.
Here comes Mitchell Moles, 3 wide out of turn number 2. Moles slices through the eye of the needle, picked off Pursley and Axum, and one fell swoop, although Axum's trying to battle back down on the inside. Meanwhile, up front, 3 wide for your race lead down the back straightaway. Bacon on the inside. C.J. Leary, the meat in the sandwich. Logan Seavey trying to come to play in a 2B car. Seavey goes out wide. Everybody else down the inside. Cal Cummins with Seavey on the top shelf. There comes the number 4. Justin Grant enters the fray. Meanwhile, back behind, Mitchell Moles starting to run his lines, gathering up that momentum. He is super straight through turn number 3 and 4 as Bacon goes after the top spot. Down on the inside of Leary. Leary out wide. 15X car coming around. Bacon goes P1. 69 car's got her locked up. Leary drops the nose, drives to the inside. Back to the number 1 spot. Here's Justin Grant working third on the field. Close company out of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Seavey back behind. He's giving up some real estate as now Leary tries to drive out and Bacon's got another run on him. CJ spun the tires coming out turn number 2, allows Bacon to get back down to the inside. Not quite there just yet, but he is dabbling very closely as Logan Seavey back behind continues to dive and now takes third away from Justin Grant into turn number 3. Grant tight to the tires on the entrance, trying to get that number 3 spot back. Not going to happen for him. Seavey hangs on to it. Another diamond coming down off the corner. Has to slip to the outside of Grant. Cost him some time. Not able to run down the top 2 as Leary goes tight to the wall. Bacon goes back to the number 1 spot. Tonight, inside the top 10 as the white flag comes out for the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. From upside down last night, as he's headed towards victory lane here in the Top Gun 50, Macon Speedway. And the Macho Man, Brady Bacon's going to pick up the win. Second's going to go to C.J. Leary. Cal Cummins rounds out.
Justin Grant had been in this very position before during the Gas City round of USAC Indiana Sprint Week. In this very same spot 1 year ago, he had the victory ripped away from him during the final laps. On this night, Grant turned the tables and met an entirely different fate in the ISW opener, which proved to be the closest finish of the entire USAC season.
Well, we'll see what comes out the other end here on lap number 1. Got him all the way back through the field. We got through that end. Let's look out, not that end. Red flag coming out. Braden Fox up and over in the 53 car. Got biked up on the outside to number 53, and that tore that thing up. Green flag comes out. We're underway. 3 wide. Back behind for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth on the field as they race down into the corner. Up front, your race leader is going to be Justin Grant. Lap number 1, Alex Bright down on the inside. Charging, Bright's around. 360, that's an automatic caution coming out. Everybody manages to avoid. Grant's got to be careful treading his way through here. 7, soon to be 6 laps to go for the number 4 car up front. Bacon watching on from third. As lookout contact, Carson Garrett shoots out of the squad down to the inside, and around the outside goes Justin Grant. Robert Blue trying to capitalize on that misstep. They both get around Jaden Rogers, the number 14 car. Now Blue finds himself up on the cushion. Top 3 still straightaway ahead of Mitchell Moles in the 19AZ car. As Blue continues to put pressure on Grant with 4 laps to go that time by. Justin out of turn number 2 trying to keep him hustling. He's got good drive through turn number 3 and 4. 1 and 2 seems to be his nemesis, and that's where Blue's able to close a little bit with the number 12 car. Bacon still watching on from third, although 2 lap cars lie between himself and that battle between your top 2 cars onto the front straightaway. Now with the twin sticks out and 2 to go that time by. Grant finding some rhythm. Hang on to it. Max Adams just had her biked up. He'll go off the racetrack, head back to the pit side. Meanwhile, Blue for the race lead down the inside of the white flag. Waiting in the weeds, picks off Justin Grant. Out of turn number 4, Grant looks to the inside. Lap traffic lies ahead. Grant's going to force Blue out wide. Robert Blue on the throttle. Grant to the inside. Justin Grant gets it. Got him by 5/1000ths of a second across the line. Unbelievable end to that one. He's up and out of the car he comes, race fans. Let him hear you. Make some noise for Justin Grant.
Meanwhile, Emerson Axum climbed back to the top of the season-long USAC National Sprint Car standings with a 7th place result. It was 20 points up on Brady Bacon heading into Kokomo. After enduring a vicious flip during the previous night's feature that wiped out their primary ride, CJ Leary and BGE Doherty Motorsports turned to a car that had been sitting on jack stands for the past 3 years and had never seen a racetrack, let alone even touch the ground. At Kokomo Speedway, they hit the ground running during ISW round number 2.
Lap traffic down the inside is going to change up the game plan for Bacon. Bacon that time runs a slider line. That'll allow the 15X car to close down into turn number 1. And CJ Leary's got him within his sights as they race out 2 and down the back straightaway. Bacon, what's he going to do? Look out, misstep. Here comes Leary down the inside. Slide jump for the race lead. Bacon back out front. Leary now dodges down low, right across the back bumper of Cal Cummins, right on the heels as Bacon down the back straightaways. Bacon quick enough, gave himself into turn number 3 and opened up a gap over CJ Leary. Boomer flag is out. Carson Garrett still hanging on to third, back behind with now Emerson Axum down on the inside. And Logan Seavies, look out, Bacon ricochets off the wall. There goes the 15X car back onto the point. Capitalized on the misstep, and CJ Leary brings him across for lap number next now with 5 laps to go. Bacon down on the inside, comes the call. Can't quite get there. Slide job to no avail. Catches himself out on the outside of the racetrack. CJ Leary working around the outside of the lap traffic. Now just 4 laps this time by. Carson Garrett is closing, as is Emerson Axum. He drives it as deep into turn number 3 as possible, but the white flag's out up front. CJ Leary from catastrophe last night, headed for victory lane here tonight at the Darling Classic at Kokomo Speedway. Takes it into 3, out of turn number 4, and it's going to be Leary picking up the win on night number 2 Indiana Sprint Week. And he's already up and out, race fans. Make some noise for CJ Leary.
With 5 laps remaining, hopes of winning were fleeting for Justin Grant, yet that's precisely when he was able to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. After leading the initial 23 laps, Grant watched as CJ Leary passed by and pulled away. But just when you thought you had this race figured out, suddenly it turned on a dime.
Right back to the top shelf goes CJ Leary. Here comes the run. He's got it. Down the back straightaway. Into second. Watch first. Big slide job into 3 and 4. CJ was waiting on that. Watch him go. Out of turn number 4. Here comes Grant right back down to the inside. Trying to get that top spot back away. Good luck. As CJ says, see ya, goodbye. 15X locked and loaded. Out of turn number 4 and down to front straightaway. Looking back further behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bacon still running 7th on the field for the 69 car. Not able to capitalize and pick up a spot on a restart, although he's going to work on Ballou down the back straightaway. Oh, CJ hops the cushion and into the wall. Oh, my. Red coming out. He did a little barrel roll coming down off the high side. That thing was stupid fast. Unfortunately for Cummins, he gives up a spot to the Macho Man. Bacon advances now into 5th on the field for the number 69 car. Hang on to it. Ballou's over. Robert Ballou biked up, floated for a moment, and that thing took a bite on the right-hand side, and Ballou's up and out of the race car. Here goes Bacon to the outside. Ripped the lip onto the back straightaway. Little Pete Garrett, the number 2 spot for the number 42 car. Couldn't quite get around Swanson, but occupies his attention enough to allow Grant to get out ahead. And to the white flag he goes. One more trip down into turn number 1 and 2. He's got to hang on to it for a couple more quarters. He heads out of 2 and down the back straightaway. Watching Bacon getting around for a podium spot on KTJ up front. It's going to be Justin Grant picking up his 2nd win of the week. And for the 2nd time in the NOS Energy Drink Indiana Sprint Week, presented by Honest Abe Roofing, Justin Grant visited victory lane.
In a roller coaster night for Brady Bacon, he initially timed in 3rd quickest during qualifying, but was deemed underweight at the scales, which disallowed his time and forced him to start at the tail throughout the night. Bacon then charged 22nd to 3rd in the feature. It wasn't a win, but might as well have been, as it helped preserve his lead atop the Indiana Sprint Week standings, and it thrusted him to the top of the USAC National points. Kyle Cummins loves Circle City and isn't shy in sharing his fondness for the place. It was quite evident to see why during the 4th round of Indiana Sprint Week in becoming the first ever multi-time winner at the Southeast Side Indianapolis Joint.
On to the front straightaway, race for your lead, go! They come together. Carson Garrett able to continue on. Xavier Durney pinched that lane down into number 74 car. Now he goes to the high side. He got the memo. Garrett goes down low to attack. Right back at him. Out of turn number 4, Durney hangs on for lap number next. Still out front for the number 74, caught on the high side. Garrett, a little slip slide for the number 15 car coming up off the bottom. They stay side by side. Here's a slide job down into 3. Dirty taps the binders, drives it down off the banking right into the number 1 spot. 74 car, the Odessa, Missouri runner, doing his best to hold off the challenges of the number 15 as Kyle Cummins waits in the weeds. 3-yard car working that high line down into turn number 3 and 4. Eyes that little gap between those top 2 Chargers as here's Logan Seavey back behind as well. The 2B car down to the inside. There's a slide job. Dirty taps the brakes again, lets him get on through. Carson Garrett now onto the point. Body windows and doors ride down on the inside. Look out, around goes Garrett. Oh, he recovers. Beautiful recovery for the number 15 car. Able to hustle down into turn number 3 down on the inside of the racetrack, trying to find some rhythm as Dirty takes over to the top spot. That'll put Garrett all the way back into 5th on the field, and a tussle taking place as a slide job coming out of Seavey for P2. Slipped out across the nose. He'll do it again down in the corner. Nope, thought better of it. He'll drop back into the tire tracks of the 3-yard car as Cummins moves into 2nd on the field. As up front, Cummins is closed on your race leader. Here comes the bomb. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Sweeps on out through, kicks dirt in his face. Dirty taps the binders, lets him through. Now he'll run it deep into turn number 3 and return to favor. Cummins waiting on it. Drops it back down the inside. Snookered to 74 car. And the white flag was out up front. Out into turn number 3. Picking up the win on night number 4 is going to be Kyle Cummins. 3-yard car victorious at Circle City Raceway. Up and out he comes, race fans. How about it? Make some noise for Kyle Cummins.
New USAC National Sprint Car point leader Emerson Axum grabbed a 4th place finish, which elevated him to the top of the standings once more. You can count on 2 hands the number of drivers who've had the good fortune of earning at least 40 career USAC National Sprint Car wins. At the Terre Haute Action Track, Justin Grant became the 10th individual to join the all-exclusive 40-win club, and it happened at one of dirt track racing's most iconic venues.
Coming to the green flag, Brady Bacon punches the throttle. We're underway. Good start back through the field. Down the inside goes Cummins. Grant, one of the lone warriors, up high with the 19 AZ, and Mitchell Bowles back behind.
Jake Swanson trying to make things happen on the bottom and may get it done. It is a 3-car tussle into turn 3.
Yeah, good charge for Swanson. He'll swoop into the number 1 spot. Grant with a little slider out across the racetrack. Gets around Bacon as well. Bacon from 1st to 3rd. In 2 corners as here comes Cummins down on the inside.
Swanson trying to hold on, but he is absolutely under siege.
Under siege indeed. There goes Grant on through. Big slide job way out almost to the Armco. Crops the nose on it. Looks back to the inside of Swanson. Swanson's still out on the point.
Oh, man, and here comes Brady Bacon to make it a 3-car tussle. And Kyle Cummins is right there, kicking up Brewster tails in turn number 2.
Brady Bacon's got a nose up on him coming out of Kyle Cummins, the 3-yard car. They were tight to the guardrails. Here comes a run down the back straightaway. Justin Grant blows around the outside of Jake Swanson and into the number 1 spot.
He does. Let's see how he comes off of turn number 4. Now Jake's in a fight back position as Brady Bacon gets real sideways in the 69.
And 7 laps remaining. Green flag back out. We're back underway, and Bacon already looking down to the inside. Here comes the run on the number 4 car. Can he get there in time? He cannot. He leaves the lane to the outside. Big slider coming out of the 3R as well. He'll give up a spot for the effort.
Boy, you wonder whether or not he would like to redo that move. And here comes Kevin Thomas Jr. He may try to take a run at Justin as they dance around behind.
Yeah, he was able to get clear of the number 69 car, pick up the number 2 spot with a little bob and weave from down on the inside for the number 42. C.J. Leary now going to work. Oh, Bacon's out over the cushion. He saves it. Saves it for the 69 car.
Unbelievable.
Wow, you talk about a moment for the number 69. Gets her wheel back under control, but gives up a number of positions for a very fast 69. A white flag comes out up front for Justin Grant.
But everything we've seen reminds you that, who knows, anything can happen.
Anything can happen, but Grant already down into turn number 3, takes it into the corner. He'll bring it out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is going to fly for the 3rd time during Indiana Sprint Week. Justin Grant's going to pick up the win. This time, Terre Haute Action Track for the number 4 car. Second goes to Kevin Thomas Jr. C.J. Leary rounds out the top 3. That was a good finish for KTJ. They had struggled a little bit getting started. Look out! Into the wall! Heads up! Ballou up and out of his race car. Not sure what happened there, but just made a move. I don't think he had brakes. Coming down in and smoked the inside wall right
Wow.
Hit the victory lane. He's up and down the race car he comes. How about it? Justin Grant picks up the win here at Terre Haute.
24 hours after lying upside down in a heap of disappointment, Jake Swanson and Team Arizona were back on their feet, so to speak, armed with another car that was prepared on a blazing hot Thursday afternoon. Through a combination of blood, sweat, and tears, but mostly sweat, Swanson 180'd from the previous night's disappointment to gain his first Indiana Sprint Week win.
Hoping his sticks on the first one. Look out, almost get together between the race leaders up front. It's going to be Jake Swanson coming out, turn number 2 down the back straightaway, 3 wide back in the field. Gets real crowded, real fast. Everybody continues on.
With the big news, it looks like we're going to break the trend.
Broke the trend indeed. I told you it's going to be a barn burner. Look out. Brady Bacon got shot out wide for the number 69 car. He's trying to find speed on the top shelf, and he's trying to find his way back onto the racetrack.
Absolutely, boy. He was really cowboying that 69 car. Good battle up front. Seavey putting some pressure on Jake Swanson.
Jake Swanson heads into lap traffic. Here comes KTJ down on the inside of Seavey, challenging for second. He'll rotate around the bottom onto the front straightaway. Seavey trying to get back around the outside. Nope, gives up the number 2 spot to the 42.
Let's see if he gets bottled up on the bottom. Kelton and Alabama's Kevin Thomas Jr. now jumps up to the outside. Has a good run coming off the 4.
Jake Swanson's got to find room to roam up behind the back bumper. The 24M car. Hunter Maddox down on the inside of the racetrack. KTJ within about 2 or 3 car lengths out 2 and down the back chute. Both of them looking to the outside. KTJ down low, thought better of it. Has to pull the voice maneuver. He's down. Power down onto 42. The Dwight Cheney 42 pulls to the infield.
Looked like he had a car that could win this race. Disappointment for KTJ.
Boy, that thing went full flaps coming out turn number 4. Got the candle snuffed on it. Takes him out of the mix. Tough break for KTJ. Meanwhile, Logan Seavey fills the void in the 2B car. He's right back on the attack on Swanson in the 21AZ.
Boy, Jake Swanson cannot make any mistake because Seavey is right there. Jake working the outside. Seavey comes through the middle.
As it looks like no one has anything for the 21AZ.
Jake Swanson, who had such disappointment last night and a hard tumble at Terre Haute. Same for Robert Ballou, showing the resilience of these teams as they run 1 and 2.
White flag out, final voyage velocity down into turn number 1 and 2 they go. Bacon in that number 3 spot. Grant back behind. Checker flag set to fly.
Checker flag indeed, here it comes. Jake Swanson.
Make some noise for Jake Swanson.
He still may be a little sore from yesterday.
Brady Bacon remained in close quarters in pursuit of an Indiana Sprint Week championship, but he also gained pivotal ground in the season-long race with a 3rd place result, which brought the 4-time champ back into the point lead. Dejected and disappointed, yet not defeated, Emerson Axsom still had a ton to race for when he arrived at Bloomington for the Indiana Sprint Week finale. For all intents and purposes, his ISW title hopes crumbled a night earlier. Driving with desire and a belly full of fire, he patrolled the Sheldon Kinzer Memorial and proof that an upside-down check pays just as good.
Well, he's gone. 39 car out to the early race lead. Right across the back bumper goes Chase Stockton, a wily veteran, the 5S car down into turn number 3.
Stockton really pestering the 39. Meanwhile, there goes BC 47.
Yeah, it was indeed. Emerson Axsom slides up through. Look out, misstep out of the 3R car. That's a rare one for Kyle Cummins. He'll give up 3 positions for that as they race down into turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Axsom on the attack, down to the inside, the number 39 car.
2 young and skillful drivers going at it now. With that move towards the front, leaves the door open.
Here comes the 47 BC again.
That's a tremendous battle and benefits Brick Standard for now. There goes Emerson to the inside.
Axsom able to slip into the number 2 spot, shuffles Stockton back into P3. Watching on from the 3R cars, Cal Cummins. He's 4th on the field. Battle for 5th. Macho Man goes to the outside. That's your run for the Indiana Sprint Week Championship right in front of your face.
And they're fanned out all through turn number 4.
And I said that last time. 47 BC caught the apron of the racetrack down low and scrubbed off a little bit of speed, but he's right back to it again. Down low to the inside. Got a nose up on Danner. Danner working to the outside of Tafoya. Down into turn number 3. And Weir's right there. Top 2 have broken away from P3 on the field. And the game is afoot.
The game is indeed afoot. And meanwhile, Brady Bacon trying to move around Kyle Cummins.
There's your race lead. Emerson Axum gets by him. A little pick from a slow car pulling off the racetrack on the back chute. And a 47 BC goes to the point. Danner steps out over the cushion, gives up more real estate to that car up front. Solid run for him here tonight. Here's your white flag. One more trip around Bloomington Speedway here at the Sheldon Kinser Memorial for Emerson Axum up front as he'll take it down into turn number 3.
Big moment for the Franklin, Indiana driver, Chet, to win an Indiana Sprint Week round right here.
Picks up the win at Bloomington Speedway. Already up and out of the car he comes. Make some noise for Emerson Axum.
With the subsequent monsoon at Tri-State, Brady Bacon was able to collect his first USAC Indiana Sprint Week championship since 2016 and his second overall. This title came without a win during the 7-race series, but instead was rooted in consistency, with 6 top 5 results and 7 starts. When Sprint Car Smackdown begins, Justin Grant wins. Over the past 3 seasons, that just seems to be the order of business on the opening night of the annual 3-night event at Kokomo. After notching back-to-back Smackdown opening night victories in 2021 and 2022, the Ione, California driver once again found opening night to be to his liking.
On the break, it's going to be Grant and Cummins wheel to wheel down the back straightaway on the opening lap. Got problems in the middle of the field. Yellow, 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 yellow. Colton Connell, Matt Westfall, Dave Darlin. I believe that might be Trey Osborne involved in that, and that might be Logan Seavey as well, Chet. So,
and side by side, wheel to wheel. Green flag goes up and hammers go down.
So take 2, same story up front. Cummins and Grant trying to lead the field down the back straightaway. Much better start through the middle of the pack there through 1 and 2. Lap number 1 going to go off the scoreboard. It'll be Justin Grant showing the way.
Logan Seavey's not going to dwell long back to the tail of the field. If you watch him, he kind of ripped the lip down turn number 1 and 2 and picked off a couple cars. He's trying to find a lane, and Brady Bacon's on that same line down turn number 1 and 2. He'll dodge down to the inside. Challenge on the number 3 spot. Out turn number 4's got a drive on CJ Leary.
So Bacon will go to the 3rd spot. Teammates battle for 4th and 5th. The Madman Robert Lou 6th. Meanwhile, Justin Grant trying to repeat history like he did last year.
Trouble for the 3R car. He is struggling to get around the racetrack. Wounded for Kyle Cummins. Not a good night for him as he's tiptoeing around the bottom, just trying to hang on to what he can.
Oh, and he's under attack. Blue's going to sneak by, going to try to salvage light. White flag, though, meanwhile, for Justin Grant.
Yeah, Grant's got to take it around here. Final voyage of velocity for JG. Looking to pick up an opening night win here at the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Cars Sprint Car Smackdown 12. He'll ease it out of turn number 4, and that's a done deal.
Here he comes, race fans. NOS can in hand. Let him hear it. JG Justin Grant, your winner.
Justin Grant and Justin Grant. No, you're not hearing or seeing double. In fact, what you're actually witnessing is a repeat. The recurring theme thus far throughout SmackDown has been the success of Grant, who captured his 2nd victory in as many nights at Indiana's baddest bull ring.
Here comes a slot job for the race lead. Out across the snoot of the 17 GP. Couldn't make it stick. He'll do it again. Turn number 1 and 2. Back to the inside goes Justin Grant. Powers out across the racetrack. Kicks a rooster tail of dirt in the face of Jaden Rogers.
Torrid battle up front. We stay here with another big slider. Grant gonna sneak past. Good stuff up front.
Turns it back to the inside. Rogers slings another one down into the corner. Grant's waiting on it. He'll drop the nose. Drive down to the inside. Side by side into turn number 3. Now keeps Rogers up high. Big dummy coming down off the bank for Jaden Rogers. Challenging for your race lead. Grant's got it that time by.
And Brady Bacon along with Shane Connell's coming, Chet. Soon to be a 4-car battle for the top spot. Meanwhile, JG's going to start working lap traffic as we're just past halfway.
Tremendous run for Shane Connell coming from the tail of the field now, trying to get himself a podium finish on this one. So close to the tire on the exit out, turn number 4. Up front, Justin Grant working to the outside lap traffic. Out over the cushion goes the 17 GP, and Bacon goes to P2.
So Justin Grant trying to join Kyle Cummins and sweeping the prelims here, Chet. He'll wheel off turn number 2 for the final time.
Not a good enough advantage down the back straightaway. Could basically Fred Flintstone to stay into victory lane as here comes the checkered flag. Night number 2, the Elliott's Custom Sprint Car Smackdown. Night number 2 is Justin Grant. And up and out he comes. Make some noise for Justin Grant.
It had already been a dream weekend for Justin Grant entering the SmackDown finale, and it was only going to get better. This dream is most certainly a reality during a $57,000 weekend for the reigning series champ. But for every other driver who faced off against him during the past 3 nights at the quarter-mile dirt oval, Grant was in their nightmares.
And boom, the the smackdown. It is Grant. Here we go. The field roll. Hustle down to 1 and 2. On the break, Leary and Grant wheel to wheel. 5 bills on the line. Leary's going to lead him into 3.
Got the advantage down into the corner. Is going to lead him out to turn number 4 as well. Take over lap number 1. 500 beams right there to the 15X car. Grant falls back into the number 2 spot. Back behind, Seavey goes rogue. Way out over the cushion for the 2B car. Bacon looking down low. He's got P3 for now.
So guys starting to settle in and go to work here. Leary out front. Grant second. Bacon third. Cummins fourth. Danner fifth across the line.
Good slicey dicey action taking place back behind, watching Robert Blue work the middle of the racetrack. Seavey rips around the outside. Barely squeaked on through as he tries to advance position. Picked off Balloon. Now goes to work on Danner. He's got him out of the corner.
As Grant closes in on Leary, here we go.
Oh, right up to the back bumper of that 15X car up front. Grant pursues him. Trails by 2 car lengths down into turn number 1 and 2. Runs the same line at that end of the racetrack. Turn number 3 and 4 is where he tries to crank up the whip. That's where it's going to get real interesting because CJ's working that inside line. Grant's been working on the top shelf almost by himself up front between those top 2. Now dodges down the inside for the race lead. Here comes Grant. He's got him.
Justin Grant to the point. He'll try to hold off Leary once again through 3 and 4. New leader of the SmackDown, it's Justin Grant.
Grant goes to the P1 spot. Leary shuffled back into second on the field with Grant with that bold move right before lap traffic. He's now going to try to use it as a pick to hold the 15X and the 69 at bay.
And here comes the Macho Man.
Yeah, the Macho Man starting to flex a little muscle down on the inside of the racetrack for the number 69 car. Had a good look at Leary that last time. He'll do it again this time. Watch for him to take the number 2 spot away. There he goes. Slips on through. Leary shuffle back into third on the field. He'll come right back and Bacon out of the corner.
Oh, they will tussle for the runner-up spot. Cummins trying to capitalize as well, but we can give Macho Man, boom, up to that second spot.
He's going to have to pick the lane very carefully. Could not get tangled up with the lapper because back behind, look at the battle coming out at turn number 4. Here we go down the inside for Cal Cummins. He'll make a move on the 15X. Got him. Leary shuffle back another spot.
Bacon trying to maneuver some lappers. Things getting tight for him. So that battle for that runner-up spot, of course, where's Brady Bacon running second right now?
He's got himself a huge margin, 5.9 seconds. He can take a breather, but he doesn't want to slow down because he's got a good rhythm going around the old
Oh,
corner.
he threw a bomb on Ricky Lewis there. Almost did not go JG's way. He'll get him clear. Now he'll set sail on the 17 car. He's trying to get through lap traffic. He's a man on a mission.
It's coming out turn number 2. Cummins kind of stuck there. Now runs her deep down into the corner. He'll slip by. 3R car works out turn number 4 with Bacon right behind.
It is an amazing battle for second because Justin Grant's going to join it if we run another 10 laps. 3 to go.
Grant is absolutely staggering on this racetrack. Just went around the 88J car. Joey Amantia puts him another lap down there as the 15th positions. We got a little contact slowing. CJ Leary off the pace coming out turn number 4.
Oh my.
The pace about to pick up. Green flag comes back out, and we're back underway.
So let's see if he can do it the King of the Hill. Can he throw the bomb to hook on the top side? Trying to make it happen. Oh, Grant gets tied. Here we go. Yeah, fight's on.
And the game is afoot down into turn number 3. Grant deep into the corner. Cal Cummins for the race lead. Out across, almost contact. Grant hangs on for that lap.
2 to go. 30 stacks on the line. Justin Grant now flexes down the back straightaway. Here we go.
You might outrun him, but you ain't gonna outbrave him. Justin Grant's up on the wheel. White flag comes out. He's down into turn number 1 and 2.
Down the back chute for the final time. It's a storybook weekend for Justin Grant. Here we go.
First driver to sweep the SmackDown. You want a SmackDown? Justin Grant gives you a SmackDown. Up and out he comes. It's Justin Grant.
For Brady Bacon, Devil's Bowl Speedway was sort of like a Kokomo of the South. Both are tracks he's competed at extensively, but have long come up empty-handed in the win column after an extensive number of runner-up finishes. But not anymore, in the series' first run at the famed Lone Star State Dirt Oval since 1985, 38 years ago.
Good start for Bacon up front. It's going to lead him down into turn number 1 and 2. 3 wide back in the field. Got real crowded right in that general vicinity. Cal Jones back in the mid-pack. He's up front. Bacon's going to stretch his legs on. Leap out away from what is the battle for the number 2 spot. Out around the outside comes the 21AZ. Swanson looking for second. Not going to find him. Ballou has halved the advantage of Brady Bacon into 69 car. Bacon has got to go. No memo to be found. A sitting duck out front. Blue ripping the lip onto the front straightaway. We bring it across. 3 laps to go this time by Robert Blue, running the gun into top shelf. The madman working the wheel down the back straightaway. Bacon trying to get into turn number 3. Blue looks to the outside. Bacon's got company for the race lead. Out of turn number 4. Bacon hangs on. He'll slide up to the high side. Beep, beep, I'm here to compete, says Blue, and he's out. Out over the cushion. Caution flag coming out. Oh! Bacon slammed the door in his face. Blue missed the mark. Skips out over the cushion. In the corner, but what a run Blue had going on. Green-white checker finish coming at us. Bacon this time takes him to the high side. Brings him down off the banking onto the front straightaway. He's got to hustle. He'll go to the outside. Rogers looks to the inside. Slide job out across the racetrack. 3 wide. Out of the corner. Look out. Rogers trying to clear around the outside of Cal Cummins. Cummins couldn't get it hustling up off the bottom. Swanson slides into the number 2 spot. He'll go after third on the field as the white flag comes out up front. Big charge down the front straightaway, and the gap opens up between Brady Bacon and the rest of the field. Still battling back behind Cummins and Rogers. Battling for that final podium spot. Here comes Justin Grant in the waiting stages. Up front, though, Brady Bacon going to pick up his first win ever at Devil's Bowl Speedway and go to number 2 all-time. Tie with Tom Bigelow for all-time feature event wins. Is up and out he comes. Make some noise for the Macho Man, Brady Bacon.
17 years, 2 months, and 23 days. That was the wait Matt Westphal endured between his first and second career USAC National Sprint Car victories. The dash in the years between his 2006 triumph at Ohio's Eldora Speedway and his score in the series Texarkana debut made it both satisfying and gratifying for the 46-year-old Ohioan and his Ray Marshall Motorsports team.
Well, we'll see comes out of the blender here on the far end of the racetrack. 3 wide, not a big surprise. Back in the mid-pack, Mitchell Moll is going to work the middle of the racing surface. Brady Bacon got hung up there in the 69 car out front. Who's it going to be for lap number 1? Westphal down on the inside's got the drive, and he's got the P1 spot. Shuffle Blue back into second on the field. Leary down on the inside. The 15X car still 3 wide. Chase Stockin fighting his way through the horde in the 5S. Got a pretty good steed here tonight. We'll see if he's able to weasel it up into one of those top 3 spots before it's all said and done, as we're still lickety-split for P2 down into turn number 1 and 2 with Leary cranking it around the bottom. Now takes it tight to the wall down the front straightaway. Still side by side down into the corner. A knockdown drag out. Bully Baloo taking place between the 69 and the number 12 cars. Westphal continues to drive away from the field. You forgot about him, didn't you? As well you should, because he's got himself a 3.5 second advantage on the rest of the field. Westphal's already caught up to lap traffic. Second place, which is Leary, is back by more than a straightaway to Matt Westphal. He rolls out of the corner. Got the front end hanging in the air for the number 5S car down to the inside of the 12 as Bacon's around down in the corner. Caught the wall and pulled a 360 off the wall for the Macho Man. And Westphal's going to start him on the low line, and we're back underway. Boy, that thing's got drive. Leaps out by 2 or 3 car lengths down in the corner. Now he's got to find his rhythm again for the 33M cars. He'll pull away from C.J. Leary. That thing is hooked up. Here goes Baloo to the outside. Got to go where they ain't nobody on the high side of the racetrack. And Robert Baloo looks to the outside of C.J. Leary down into turn number 1 and 2. Trying to make something happen. Grant's going to try it as well. Just try to sling it in there as hard as possible. Justin Grant's got pretty good drive in the middle of the racetrack. Baloo might be in trouble. So he's trying to hang on to positions, and everybody's going to accost him down into turn number 1 and 2. Watch Grant around to the lip. Tight to the wall down the back straightaway. Got a good charge, good battle taking place for third on back as Justin Grant looking for room to roam. See if he can make a move on Baloo. We'll go back to the high side again. Rail the rim onto the back straightaway for the number 4. And look at that, around the outside. Baloo trying to hold him at bay, not going to do it. Grant slams on the brakes, puts her back down on the inside. Twin sticks are out up front, 2 more trips around. But up front, the white flag is coming out. The Fresno, Ohio racer Matt Westfall is going to dart down into turn number 1 and 2 and take it around Texarkana 67 Speedway. One more time, $10,000 awaits in victory lane. And this Bubby Jones Master Going Faster presented by Spire Sports and Entertainment. And Matt Westfall is going to take the check. Cash that one, baby. Getting the cowboy hat on. Lame Harry race fans, make some noise for Matt Westfall.
Justin Grant's 4th place finish proved fortuitous. Coupled with Brady Bacon's bike, disconnected drag length, and 15th place result, Grant shot back into the point lead by 9 markers over Bacon with just 5 rounds remaining. Throughout the first 31 races of the USAC National Sprint Car season, Logan Seavey had led just one single solitary lap. During this night's feature at Circle City, all he had to lead was about 10 feet or so to pull off his first feature victory of the season.
Fires it off, we're back underway. Hard charge down into the corner. We'll see how this scrambles out. It's a good look at your race lead. Seavey's just quick enough to hold off the 3R car. Cummins lets it sling around. Down on the inside comes Cottle. And we got a 3-car battle for the number 1 spot. Seavey will go down low to protect. Cottle got a good drive. Almost clipped the tire for the 2E car. 3 cars down into the corner. Cottle picks up the front end and drives into turn number 3. And he drives into P1 out of the corner. Put Cottle on the point. Shane Cottle from 3rd to 1st, and now Seavey's got to get with the giddy-up for the 2B car if he's going to recapture that top spot. He's back behind. Ballou finds himself in a tussle with Justin Grant. Grant down on the inside. Ballou looking for 3rd on Kyle Cummins. 4, soon to be 3 laps to go. As Ballou continues to work the middle of the racetrack. Up front, Shane Cottle. Quick qualifier here tonight from 6th to 1st, with Seavey still back behind, singing in his ear in that 2B car. Takes it down into the corner. It'll be Twin Sticks coming out this time by 2 laps to go for Cottle up front. Seavey starting to close some ground. And it's going to come right at the end of this one. It'll be a battle for the ages. And he's waiting laps as Logan Seavey looks to the outside of Shane Cottle. The 2 cars face off into turn number 3 and 4. White flag comes out up front. Shane Cottle's got the race lead. Seavey's right there, looking for his first win on the season. Down the inside, Cottle digs off the bottom. Seavey almost clips the wall. They charge into turn number 3. Checker flag coming out. Shane Cottle looking to pick up the win. Seavey around the outside. Got him. Woo! Got him. What a run. Up and out he comes. Make some noise for Logan Seavey. He earned that one.
Tri-State Speedway has been very, very good to Brady Bacon in 2023. In April, he won his first World of Outlaws feature at the track, and on this particular night, he raced to a first career Hopstop Hustler victory in the richest event ever held at the class track, worth $20,000, and moved him to 2nd all-time in USAC Sprint Car victories with number 53.
Good start down the inside. Ballou spins the tires on. He'll drop back behind. Up front, Bacon trying to lead the charge out. Turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Ballou back to the whip again. Look to the inside. Now goes to the outside for the number 12 car. Challenges for the P1 spot around the outside. They come together. Bacon hangs on. He'll slam the door in Ballou's face. Ballou into the back bumper. Bacon able to escape for the number 69 car. Oh, the gloves have come off for $20,000 at Tri-State Speedway. Green flag goes up. We're back underway. Good start for Bacon. That ramped up the speed quickly down into turn number 1 and 2. Back behind Kevin Thomas Jr. watching on from that P2 spot. Deep into turn number 3. Down to the inside for KTJ. White flag comes out. Final trip around. This is a $20,000 lap for the Macho Man. Brady Bacon. Kevin Thomas Jr. back by 3 car lengths. 4 car lengths into 3. Down in the corner. KTJ on the inside. Bacon's got it. He'll pick up the win at the Hopstop Hustler. Up and out of the car he comes. How about it? Make some noise for the Macho Man, Brady Bacon.
Throughout the James Dean Classic, Justin Grant experienced the fluctuating feeling of a season-long USAC National Sprint Car Championship battle swaying in the balance. During the heats, his point lead vanished, then reappeared, but there was no fluctuation whatsoever in the feature from lap 8 onward.
Gonna get feisty down into turn number 1 and 2. We'll see what comes out the other end. A little hesitation there in the mid-pack. So everybody was kind of waiting on the throttle to pick that bad boy up onto the back chute. 3 wide back in the field through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Ballou after the top spot. Rips his way through the eye of the needle and onto the point. Goes the Madman. Cottle's going to come down to the inside for the number 2 E car. Work in tight to the tires onto the front chute. Ballou, however, leads him. Backs that baby down into turn number 1. Rotates and motivates out of the corner and down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Kevin Thomas Jr. working from 4th on the field to the outside. AMSOIL, he gets biked up. That could have been bad. He's got a good move down on the inside for the 12 car. He's able to get out away from what is now a battle between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Grant had a run and unfortunately ran out of daylight. Had to get on the binders hard there as Brady Bacon slipped up for stayed up on the high side of the racetrack. Now Grant goes back to the top shelf down into turn number 1 and 2. So ride the rim onto the back straightaway. Grant again a drive. Now looks through the eye of the needle. The 4 car working the middle of the racetrack. Challenging on 2nd and 3rd. Grant picks off Bacon. Goes to 2nd. Bacon battles back. Down on the inside goes Emerson Axum. Here comes the run of your top spot. Justin Grant's got it. Now drives down to the inside. He'll try to tiptoe to the tulips onto the front straightaway and drive away from the battle for 2nd now. It's Emerson Axum and Robert Ballou. Ballou hard down into turn number 1. And up front, Justin Grant looking to leave here as still the national points leader. Takes it around for the final time. He rode the rim all the way through this feature event. He'll ride it right into victory lane. Double checkers at the James Dean Classic for Justin Grant. Up and out of the car he comes. Makes some noise for Justin Grant.
With the first of 3 crowns in his pocket, at this point in the night, Logan Seavey felt his confidence brewing going into feature number 2. After winning the midget race, he was pumped knowing that his sprint car was on the pole. As it turned out, Seavey was right on the mark en route to a USAC sweep of the 4 Crown Nationals.
Well, that didn't work out well for Meseraull. Kind of slipped to the outside, let 2 cars, maybe 3 cars slide on through as they race down into turn number 1. And here comes Ballou back in the mid-pack.
Robert Ballou trying to make something happen. Meanwhile, Matt Westfall is in 2nd for now as they come off at turn 4.
We got a scattering, smattering, and covering coming out. Turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Still 3 wide down into the corner. Ballou right through the middle. Slide job out across the racetrack. Westfall still lies ahead, 2nd on the field. Seavey still solid as Bacon's off the pace.
Bacon's off the pace.
Oh,
huge,
no.
Huge.
Oh, my goodness. He is headed pit side, not to the Indy Medal finishing work area. Tough break for Brady Bacon. Oh, my goodness. As they do that, they kick dirt up across the middle of the racetrack and kind of slow that portion down. Look who's hot on his heels now. Ballou goes to the bottom of the racetrack for the number 12 car. There's a slide job for the number 2 spot, trying to make a big move. For the number 4 is able to get around Westfall.
Yep. Justin Grant has now moved to the 2nd position. We'll see if he holds it coming in across the start-finish line, and he will. And then we'll begin to monitor the gap between Logan Seavey and Justin Grant, the 2 drivers who have been the hottest in the USAC inventory.
They were slicey-dicey just in front of Seavey. Seavey's going to break down low. Here's the opportunity for Grant to run off a lot of real estate on Seavey in a 2B car, and here comes the number 4.
Now it is definitely on.
Both of them slip into the lap traffic down the corner. Seavey trying to drive up across. Grant's going to keep the nose down on the inside. You'll have a drag race out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. 3R car, Cody Swanson, saw what was taking place. You saw him back out of the throttle. He said, you know what? You go ahead, boys. I'll just wait back here.
Grant now takes a peek down low.
Seavey slips up to the high side down into turn number 1. Justin Grant back by 4 car lengths with 3 laps to go. Out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. We charge into turn number 3. 2 to go, this time out of turn number 4.
And Justin got a good run out of turn number 2 and really closed the gap some. He may have one chance and one chance only to take the top spot away from Logan Seavey.
There again, catches that little ease into the crease. Seavey just off the top shelf. Grant again now within 2 car lengths down into turn number 3. He's going to try to time this perfectly.
Yes.
Waiting in the weeds a little bit. 2 to go. Now the white flag comes out. This is it. All or nothing at the 4 Crown.
Looks like Logan has put a little bit more gap between him and Justin Grant. So go into turn number 3. White flag is out. And I think Logan's going to get it done.
Yeah, I believe he's got it.
Now in the books.
There you go. 2 into victory lane for the 2B car, Logan Seavey. He comes up and out of the race car again. How about it? Logan Seavey.
Justin Grant has characterized Lawrenceburg as a second home to him throughout his racing career. He's won numerous races here, including his first with USAC in 2012, but none have been more lucrative than the $20,000 payday he pocketed in what turned out to be the final night of the 2023 season during the 16th running of the Fall Nationals.
Good restart for Blue. The number 12 car is going to get out away from Grant. Grant will be able to strike on the opening lap. Back behind, however, I thought Seavey's going to get a run. Danner not quick coming out of the corner. Gives up a spot to Max Adams and the 5X cars. Grant comes up to keep company with Blue, working just a tick lower on the racetracks. Here comes the 21AZ down on the inside. Swanson for third. Powers around. CJ Leary in the 15X car shuffles him back a spot. Don't forget him and Emerson Axum locked in that battle for the Bubby Jones Master Going Faster. Grant almost had the top spot away from the number 12 car. Blue around the outside. Almost side by side. Grant testing the waters down on the low side. Here comes the number 4 car on the attack. Good rotation onto the front straightaway. Blue not able to clear him. Dorr got shot in his face. Grant goes P1. Blue down low is going to hug her into the tires. And Grant picks up the top spot. Swanson moved into third and powered away from Leary. And now he sets his sights on the number 12. The white flag comes out up front. And your current national points leader is looking to extend that points lead, headed towards Oklahoma. As the Fall Nationals about to come to a close for Justin Grant. $20,000. The payday here tonight, and Justin Grant rips the lip, picks up the checkered flag, and puts that one into the books. Justin Grant holding his helmet up in the air. His very first national win. That's what he did in celebration of his victory. He does it again here tonight. His 400th career start thus far is up, and out he comes. Make some noise for Justin Grant. He's just crushing the cans now.
Racing's funny. That's how Justin Grant reflected on the twists and turns he endured en route to his second consecutive USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Driving Championship in 2023 for Top Motorsports. It's a team that endured a nearly 2-month struggle in the late spring, early summer months, which overlapped with a change in team personnel in a period of confidence-shaking woes that found the team as far down as 6th in the standings, 83 points out of the lead entering midsummer. What was not a laughing matter quickly turned into one of the most dominant stretches put together by any team in series history, with a career-high 11 USAC National Sprint Car victories in 2023, including 8 in his final 17 starts. Grant finished out the campaign with 13 straight top 10s to earn the title by a 109-point margin over a year-long challenger Brady Bacon.
Yeah, we started off 23 pretty well. Went to Florida and came out of there in good shape, and then we swept Hobstadt, rolled in, won Eldora, and then crashed the second night of Eldora pretty good, and then got ourselves into a pretty big slump there for quite a while. We were able to pick up a win at Port Royal during Eastern Storm, but then still just kind of had some struggles there. Then our main guy Dylan, he left right before Sprint Week, and I was able to get back a hold of Jeff Walker, who was the guy that brought me back here originally, and he came down, started working for us and helped me out, and we rolled into Sprint Week and got pretty hot right out of the gate and won 3 Sprint Week races. Came up just a bit short on the Sprint Week title, but had a really good week, and then we're able to keep rolling from there. We swept SmackDown, won again at Gas City, won 20,000 at Fall Nationals at Lawrenceburg. It's just an amazing year for me, and couldn't be happier to do it with Top Motorsports and Jeff Walker and Jerry and Nick and everybody that makes it possible for me to do this. It's a joy to do it, and there's nobody I'd rather be doing it with. Yeah, I think it's hard to stay on top, but it's really hard to pull yourself out of a slump, and so really, I mean, both is pretty satisfying. We were able to win championship last year. Things just went really smoothly last year. Like there was no real adversity to overcome. It was kind of a pretty casual, easy year. This year for me is probably a little more rewarding, just personally. Being able to get in the slumps and the doldrums in the middle of the year and pull back out of that and be probably the most, what I think we were the dominant car the second half of the season, was really, really cool for me personally. And then being able to stay on top once we got there was really cool too. And, I owe a lot of that to Kevin Birchmeyer, always having my back here at Top Motorsports, and having Jeff Walker come back on board and just help me with the cars, help me mentally, just all around. J-Dub, he knows how to make people win. He's awfully good at getting to victory lane. He's been doing it a long time, and it's been really fun for me to go racing with him and be a part of that. Right now it feels like it'd be easy, right? We've been winning races, but it's never easy. The USAC deal is tough. There's guys are good, and when you're having to go up and race Brady every year, he's awfully good at winning championships. So you got to be pretty tight. And this year we had some issues here and there, but fortunately, kind of everybody did. So I think we've got the speed. Our race cars are fast. Just clean up some of the issues that I had early in the year, which I think we did. So just staying rolling, keeping ourselves where we're at right now, and we'll be in good shape.
On September 9th, Justin Grant and Top Motorsports' rise to the top of the standings marked the 13th different point lead change between 6 different drivers and teams. That set an all-time series record, besting the previous standard bearer of 12 lead changes among 6 drivers back in 2012. There are comeback stories, and then there is the comeback story of 𝑷𝒍𝒂𝒚𝒊𝒏𝒈. After his severe spinal cord injury at the end of 2021, his perseverance and desire ultimately led him back to the driver's seat. Right out of the box in 2023, he got the racing world's attention with a $10,000 score at Volusia, a night he said he'll always remember. Defying the odds is part of Pursley's game, and this year he became the first Oklahoman to win the Max Pappas Innovations USAC National Sprint Car Rookie of the Year award since Gary Cameron in 1992. C.J. Leary has won a USAC National Sprint Car Championship, an Indiana Sprint Week title, and an Eastern Storm Crown in his career. In 2023, Leary added another highlight to his impressive reel by capturing the 2nd annual Bubby Jones Master of Going Faster Championship presented by Aspire Sports and Entertainment. Leary overtook Emerson Axum in the final round at the Berg to earn the $10,000 prize for his efforts in the 10-race mini-series and an extra $2,500 for his BGE Doherty Motorsports team based out of Evansville, Indiana.